All right. What's going on, everybody? Uh I just got through watching Gigi's Natural Homestead's video. And Gigi's Natural was piggybacking. Oh, Gigi's Natural was piggybacking off of my video, which now I'm piggybacking off of her piggyback that she piggybacked off of me. Because I thought I could get a video out there and let folks know what I know, but at the same time, get across some kind of, I don't know, some kind of awakening, some kind of thought process going on. Let me see. So we can start thinking. Just take a second to think. Hey everybody, thank you for coming over, and thank GG Natural for piggybacking off of that video. I've been driving all day and now I'm in here cooking cabbage, so I haven't even had time to look at all the comments on that video. But the first few on that video kind of was going crazy. And if you don't know what video I'm talking about, I just put out a video earlier today, and I think it was called Free Land at Your Fingertips. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to link it in this after the video. But I wanted to let folks know this is my point. And this is the other part about, I told y'all about social media that can mess your head up. And unfortunately, for this new generation, this new generation, they don't have that what we had. They don't have that. I'm about to walk over my friend's house to get information or spend time with my friend. But sometimes you can walk to your friend's house, right? And end up your friend, your grandmama, or their grandmama or their mama said, you go up there and clean your room and go clean that basement. You sit down here and wait for them. If you're a real friend, you sit down here and wait for them and end up spending most of the time with their mama or their grandmama, right? And she's spitting mad game to you. So even though you didn't get all the quality time with your friend or your homeboy, your homegirl, you got mad knowledge from their mama or from their daddy. I tell this story all the time. When I was super young, had this little girlfriend, and I would call her, and her daddy kept hanging up on me. Her father kept hanging up on me. Stick with me because this makes sense. Her father kept hanging up on me. So I called one more time. He said, boy, do you know why I keep hanging up on you? No, sir. I mean, trust me, I'm coming from a family where I had manners. He said, yeah, but when you call, you like, yeah, it's Tommy here. That ain't how a young man. He said, now, if you was a few years back and y'all was in grade school, I would understand because you're supposed to be that stupid. But at this age and in this grade, this is how you ask. You answer when you call my daughter and anybody else's daughter that you end up with in the future. You ask for them and their daughter like this. When you talk to somebody's mama, you talk to somebody's father, you say, hello, you state your name. Hello, this is Led. May I speak to Tammy, please? The girl name was really Tammy. This is a true story. Okay, stick with me on this. It all makes sense. So the only way I could remember all of those words, because I wasn't thinking about none of those words, I was thinking about Tammy. You know what? I had to make a song out of it. And to this day, it's funny to me. Hello, this is Led. May I speak to Tammy, please? It's funny, but true. For the rest of my entire life, that's how I asked, not only for a young lady that I was trying to court, but that's how you talk to a job. That's how that one man moved me forward with that little bit of knowledge, that little bit of late night knowledge, because it was late. I ain't had no business calling his daughter here. That little bit of knowledge taught me something that I learned for the rest of my freaking life, that I use to this very day. That man died while we were still in high school. Her father passed when we was in high school. So that's been 40 years ago or better or whatever. So imagine that man, he's somewhere floating around in the universe, and I can give him one props. I don't know what kind of man he was, but he taught me one thing. He taught one man to be a good man by just learning how to talk on the phone, right? So our kids, this new generation does not have that sharing knowledge, close contact sharing knowledge like that anymore. So what happens is they rely on social media. Social media, you have to type everything, or you have to say everything in a little bit a manner of time. My videos be 3 and 4 hours long because I can't say detailed messages in 15 freaking minutes. And that new one where do the short video, I don't even bother with them no more. I can't get my point across in 30 seconds and 15 seconds. That just gets people confused. So my point is this: when we're speaking on social media and you're texting, how many times does your message get lost in translation? Y'all gotta bear with me because I'm cooking this cabbage and that boy smelling so righteous. So I'm gonna be shooting back and forth. So dig it. Messages get lost in translation. So when I'm reading all these comments, when I first come in the house, I'm like, what the hell is going on? All I did was tell people to just think about a simple situation while I was driving today. And the message got lost in translation so many times that I could see. I'm here to straighten it out. Thank you, Gigi's Natural, because Gigi Natural and Eco Neighbor, her husband, Eco Neighbor, they are going through the same thing that me and my wife have been through 5 or 6 different times in our lives, and they ain't telling you no lies. Their experience is a little different. They're in Florida. They're getting raw land. I've never owned raw land, so some of their experiences is different than some of the stuff that I've done. Okay? So here's the deal. My point of this video, and I'm going to leave the board open for questions so we can really get down and know what I'm talking about, because maybe, again, my message got lost in translation. What I was trying to say in so many words was we have become a materialistic, selfish society that will hold on to a trinket like your wedding ring. You know how many people, let's keep it real. You know how many people getting robbed. And then he say, man, give me that ring too. You ain't getting my wedding ring. My wife got me this ring. This ring cost $20,000. Now he gonna get the ring anyway, and you dead. We're so materialistic. We've become heroes of junk. We're willing to die for our cell phone. Somebody run up on us and try to steal our cell phone. We want to fight the assailant. We want to fight the dang assailant for stealing our dang on cell phone. And instead of just being like, man, go and get it, at least I'm alive. I'm here to play another day. We've become ridiculous. So with that, what my question was, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let you in on a little bit of my own personal stuff, okay? I'm a collector of sorts, and y'all see some of this stuff I be having. You see when I use it. How many mugs have you seen in the last 7, 8 years? Think about it. And some of y'all be like, Leah, where do you get these mugs from? I might have got that mug and paid a bunch of money from Europe somewhere. Or I might have bid it on something from Egypt. Some of them mugs are serious. That's why you may just see them once. And I'm not really drinking nothing in them but water because I don't want to. Number one, I'm not sure if they was in King Tut's tomb, half of them, or I don't know if whatever they made it out of 20,000 years ago is toxic. If I have something of value, I'm going to put it to you like this. I have had something of value. And I'm going to tell you right now, when we bought this house right here, you know what I had to do? Because when this house came on the market, we was house hunting, but we wasn't house hunting for no house like this or in this type of neighborhood or this type of situation. So once I knew the price, I knew I had to come up with a lot more money. I have a lot of bang bangs. And I'm not a person that buys a bunch of them for how is it? I used to buy a lot of them, and Gigi said something. I used to buy them, fix them up, refurbish them, and sell them. Okay? That's what I did. Lead farmer. Okay, that's where all that came from. While I was in the garden, okay, I was also sowing them seeds in some soil, if you dig what I'm saying. So when they told us how much it's going to be, that bank told us how much it's going to be for that down payment, man, something got to go. I don't want to get rid of some of this stuff. I had collectibles that's priceless. I had some collectibles that's priceless, but I know I'm not going to get the exact amount for all of these items, but I'm going to get a lot of money. I may never see this particular vintage item again in my life. I'll never probably be able to own it or afford it again in my life, which some of them I haven't been. But look, I don't finish raising 3 children in this 5-bedroom home. And guess what else I was able to do? I was able to buy more and restock. Now, of course, not the certain vintage ones, but I could buy more later. Right now, I'm settled. So here's the other thing. When it comes to certain things that you purchase, this life is like a freaking game. It's like playing the stock market. You buy low, you sell high. That's how this all works. You got to know before I purchase something. I'm just telling y'all for real what I do. Before I go purchase things, it's reasons for everything I do. It's reasons for everything I purchase. It's reasons. Some stuff don't make no sense to nobody but me. But there's reasons behind what I do. When I purchased my car, I didn't purchase any old kind of car. I purchased a Jeep Wrangler. You know why I purchased the Jeep Wrangler? Not just because I love the Jeep Wrangler. That truck holds its value so well that if I decided to go off and go sell it, I'm going to get almost every piece of cent that I paid for that truck. So now that truck ain't just something to just be driving around and flossing in. This truck is also could be liquidated to get something better, to get something bigger. So what Gigi was trying to say, and I don't know if people lost it in translation, when Gigi said this in her comment on my other video. She said she would sell her 20 acres to get more. She didn't say more acres, but that, if you've done this before, you know what she was talking about. If you've purchased land or homes before, you know exactly what she said. So what she was trying to say, which I know it, if she could get more money for that 20 acres, say I'm gonna just come up with a number, okay? Let's say she just paid $10,000 for the 20 acres. We know that's impossible. Just listen to it. She paid $10,000 for her 20 acres, right? The market goes up. Your land value always goes up. Your land value always goes up. So what if in 5 years, like now, she paid $10,000 for her land 10 years ago? Now they done moved all these special stores and businesses about 10, 20 miles down the road. Here go a Chick-fil-A, there go a mall, a strip mall, there go a Walmart. They done built all these stores around your area. So now your $10,000 property is worth $200,000. Hell yeah, I would sell. To get, instead of just have 20 acres, now if I only paid $10,000 and now my land is worth $200,000, you mean to tell me I'm not going to cash in on this to go somewhere and go get 100 acres? We've all become materialistic. That's what she was trying to say. She was trying to say she ain't just going to sell her land. And then if you was to, I saw one of the comments say, I would keep that 20 acres and then go to the bank. Stop there, y'all. Go to the bank and get a loan. Stop right there. because this was, my video was called Free Land at Your Fingertips, Debt-Free Land. I think that was not read properly. If you have land that you paid $10,000 for, you paid $10,000 for 20 acres, your land appreciated in value. If you sell that for $200,000 in 10 years, you've just made $190,000 profit. You would be a fool not to cash that in and go purchase more land. Now, not only could you buy more acreage, but you also now got a big fat bankroll in your savings account, and you can build a house of your dreams on whatever land you want. You wanted that pond on your land. Now you can do that. You can do everything you wanted to do. It's called buy low. Buy low and sell high. She ain't saying swap one for another. And it's, remember, debt free. So if she sells the land, if she purchases the land, sells the land, she's automatically debt free with $190,000 profit in her pocket. She can do anything. So whatever she goes to purchase, as long as she stay within her means, now instead of her having $10,000 10 years ago, now she got $190,000 today. She can go purchase some land and then still have a bankroll in her pocket and still not owe a single soul a damn cent. Still not owe nobody nothing, not a nickel. This is how this works. This is how this works, family. And some folks just, I don't think they quite get it. Now, me and my wife been doing this, almost 30 years. I've done this a lot. I know how this works, the ins and outs, and sometimes the great deals and the good deals. But I promise you this, my whole point of all of that was we hold on to the dumbest crap. We hold on to the dumbest crap, materialistic things. Some of us have old classic Chevys, old classic Buicks in the garage somewhere, and every weekend, all you do is go wipe on it. All you do is go wipe on it. You ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, but you out there wiping on an old classic vintage car that your grandfather left you. You got that, and you in storage because you live in an apartment complex. You got a car that's worth $150,000 in the condition that it's in, and you stay in an apartment and you paying $1,200 to $1,500 a month for a 2-bedroom loft. What are we doing? Instead of like, listen, granddad, I gotta let it go, because if I can I don't own nothing. I'm living in an apartment building. But if I can get $150,000, take that $150,000. Remember, your granddaddy left that car to you. So you're the only one in the whole family benefiting off of this old Chevy. Stick with me. You're the only one benefiting off that old Chevy. Your siblings, your cousins, your mama, your aunts, none of them is benefiting. That you're paying the storage fees on that car being in storage or in your garage. That is you're responsible for that. If that garage catches on fire or that storage facility catches on fire, that $150,000 car is history. It was like it never existed on the planet. Now what you gonna do? You just pissed away your gambling chip, your bargaining chip. Man, we got to stop being materialistic and trying to show off in front of other people that ain't got nothing. That's what we do. We show off in front of other people that ain't got nothing. We want to show we broke, but we want to show other broke people that I'm better than you, that I'm not broke. And it's all a lie. It's all smoke and mirrors. We so busy trying to fake one another into thinking we doing something or we got something. We ain't even thought 2 minutes about the reality of this stuff we do. For instance, take that car, sell that car for the $150,000 to the first bidder. Go off there and buy you some land somewhere. Now, instead of you wiping on some old ass car with a diaper every weekend and taking it to the car show every weekend, now you can put your whole, all you did was just, let's say you just bought 5 acres. Now you got 5 acres of land that you could give 10 people in your family a half an acre apiece. Listen to what I just told you. If you, let's keep it all together 100. Give 5 people in your family 1 acre apiece. You bought 5 acres. You gave 5 people in your family 1 acre. Off of the car that you sold that your grandfather left you. You just built an empire for part of your whole family. That means those family members ain't gotta pay nothing but land taxes. They can have a house built really slow so they don't live in debt. Now, every cent that comes into them from their jobs or their lifestyle will go directly in their pocket, and all they gotta do is put a little money away for taxes every year. Not mortgage, not all these land flood insurance and all that other stuff that the bank make you pay. Not insurance, land insurance, bank interest, interest, none of that, none of that. It'll all be coming back to you. Think about this. So if you got your whole family on your land, you and your grandfather that left you that car single-handedly provided your whole family with generational wealth. Let me tell you how that works. Generational wealth means now you, your next child, your children don't got to work as hard as you to move up this ladder in this world. That's the hardest part that nobody talks about. It's the hardest part about becoming an adult. It's getting pushed out the nest. Let me check my cabbage. Can't burn my cabbage, y'all. Okay. Getting pushed out the nest as a young adult is the hardest part of anybody's life. I don't care how prepared you think you are, and I don't care how much money your parents got. It's the hardest part, the adjustment of reality. Now, imagine this. Now, I'm going to tell you how I started. My father owned a home, and my father was able to let me stay in that home. I was able to purchase that home. So when I stayed in that first home, if I can't make the rent, he ain't kicking his son out the house. Dad, I can't pay the light bill. Well, come over here and cut the grass. Come over to my house, cut the grass. I'm shy on the rent, Dad. All right, I need you to get up on that ladder, go up there, see that roof shingle hanging? Go get some shingles and go put that back on. See, when you have generational wealth, it ain't always got to be the man telling you what you can and what you cannot do, or they're going to put you out on the street. That's your daddy. That's your uncle. That's your mama. If you can't pay all the money of some land that's already paid for, you know what she going to do? She ain't going to kick you off the land if you're doing right. She ain't going to kick you off the land. You know what she going to do? Come over here, because I want you to help me bring this new furniture into the house. I want you to take this old furniture and take that over your aunt's house. I'm going to give this old furniture to your aunt. And I want you to bring this new furniture. Go to the Value City Furniture, bring this furniture to the house. But mama, all I got is a little Chevy Chevelle. I don't care if you got a snow sled. If you can't pay that rent, go get that furniture. I don't care if you walk it over to your aunt's house. I don't care if you put it on the bus. That's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a village. Once you're in a village, it's harder to break the village. You know, I was over on a weightlifting geek channel today. Vision, preparedness, African dream, and we was all chatting. I was driving while I was messing with them. And we all said something about the salmon swimming upstream. The reason why there's schools of fish and salmon, it's a reason why one fish ain't swimming by its stupid self. The reason why There's not a fish swimming by itself. The only fishes that swim by themselves are predators, correct? All right. If you ain't really a predator fish, you swim in schools. You swim in schools to confuse the predators. He might get a couple of y'all, but he ain't gonna get all of y'all. If all y'all moving in unison, that's why the birds do it. That's why the fish do it. That's why the bees do it. And that's why the dang old gnats do it outside, get all in your face to confuse the enemy. That's no different than human beings. I don't know what part of we are all animals that we keep seeming to miss. We're no different than the birds and the bees and the fish. We have become so bold, emboldened, that we have not made ourselves the head of the food chain. You know what we have done? We have proclaimed ourselves as gods. We have foolishly, selfishly proclaimed ourselves as gods of the planet. We are not. We are stewards over the planet. What is a steward? That's like the supervisor. You just here to look after stuff until I come back, right? You here to just watch over stuff till he come back. You're a steward over the earth right now. You ain't the boss. You're not a god, but what we have become, we have made ourselves and proclaimed ourselves as gods. And we don't think we're animals anymore. We don't think we're part of the animal kingdom. We're only a handful of hundreds of years of swinging through trees or whatnot, and we already done put crowns on ourselves. We striking damn stuff with stones and flint, starting fires, eating reindeer butt cheeks, and next thing you know, now we gods all of a sudden. Because we can start fires. That's where our arrogance is going to get us all wiped off of this rock. This is what I'm talking about right here. If we don't all come together and act like we're in unison, just like the fish, to shake the predators off instead of fighting against each other constantly and just being quiet. If you don't know something, let me tell you something. I had a teacher, you know what the teacher used to say? If you don't know the answer, shut up. I'm gonna tell you what she meant by that. If you don't know the answer, shut up. You think you know the answer. She don't want to hear what you think. The kids that think they know the answer, put your hand down. Tell me, raise your hand in the class, who knows the answer. That she's asking for people that studied the book, the assignment that she gave. She ain't asking what sounds good. She ain't asking what you think because you didn't read the assignment, but it just sounds good to you. She would tell all y'all, if you think you know the answer, put your damn hand down. Now, of course, this was the early 80s when they could do stuff like that without you getting canceled. Put your hand down. I want to know everybody that actually read the assignment last night. If you get the answer wrong, I know there's a problem. If you got that answer right and you know the answer, put your hand up. Then I'll call on them. And the people that think they know the answer, listen to the people that know what the answer is. And when they say the answer and I tell them it's correct, you write that ish down. The people that didn't know and just woke up, y'all can leave the whole classroom. And that's what we do in this world. We all talk. This social media stuff, we talk like we think what sounds good, what logically kind of sounds right. That don't work with everything. Everything ain't logical. You cannot cookie cutter every situation the same way as the last time before. Me and my wife been through the homeowner and the land ownership process a million times, and it's never, ever, ever the same. Ever. Ever. It's always another hoop that you got to jump through because now you're in a different city. Now you're in a different state. Now you're in a different county. You're in a different part of town. The rules change every dang on 10 miles you go, anywhere you go in any direction. So what you thought you knew there may not apply here. So every time you do this, you learn something new. So you cannot always cookie cutter everything you do in life, especially when it comes to home and land ownership. The best thing to do, look, I think I know everything about land ownership, home ownership, right? I've been through it so many times. But I've just learned a ton of stuff from Gigi's Natural and Eco Neighbor. I've never purchased raw land before. I have never had to have a well dug. Now, we was on land, but the well was already there when I got there. We was on land, but the house was already there when I got there. See? Using solar power, that was my option. Now, the only option that I didn't have, we didn't have no heat. We could have paid for propane, but it was so expensive. I had a wood burning fireplace. Now, I can tell you everything about stocking cords of wood and burning wood all through the winter. In the South, I cannot tell you what it's going to take you to stay warm in Alaska and how many cords of wood it's going to take you to burn through the winter. That's something different. Sometimes we need to just hang on a minute and just listen before you open your mouth. I've done this so many times. I'm going to tell you this. I was in a motivation chat today with African Dreaming and Vision Preparedness. And you know what I noticed? I didn't know I was so behind in the chat where I gave the whole salmon up the stream thing. What I didn't realize once I rewatched the video, 3 or 4 different people had said that way before I did. Great minds think alike, number one. But number two, see, if I would have been on the one, I would have seen that already, and I didn't have to comment that again. Because 3 or 4 different people done already said that. Okay? So what I was asking today in my earlier video, family, was, would you be willing to give up that vintage baseball card, something materialistic that can only benefit you? If you cash it in for you, you would get the money and you can go buy cars and fancy things and jewelry. Or would you be willing to share this with the rest of your family and your lineage? Even if you don't like the rest of your family, at least you got some kids I know you love. Leave them something. Leave them something. So, because, man, this world is getting harder and harder and harder to muster through. And you know what? Most people don't got nothing. We ain't got though. This is a new world we live in now. We don't got grandma and grandpa that left us stuff no more. We don't have those kind of situations popping off no more. You know why? Because they, hate saying that, them have made it where they want you to spend your every red cent on every piece of junk that comes on a commercial. Think about that. You cannot purchase land and gain generational wealth if you got a closet full of Jordans. If you took all of that, because I'm telling you, true story, with all of the them Glockwallers that I own, if I sold them, I could go and buy some more land. If I sold all my Glockwallers, I could go buy land with that. That's an investment to me. I don't just buy them for show. I buy them to invest because I know what the price of them Glockwallers is. And I know they are not going to depreciate. So the same thing that I paid for that Glockwaller 10 years ago, true story, the price only went up. If I go trade one in right now and in all the different flavors that I have, I'm going to get not just what I paid for them, I'm going to get more. I will not I will not go under the price. Let's put it like this. I can guarantee I won't go under the price of what I paid for them 10 years ago. I'm either going to break even or I'm going to make a small profit off of them Glock wallets. Cut the games. I'm telling you the truth. I don't just go out buying anything and everything when it comes to products. I buy things that I know are going to appreciate. This is the generation of everything gets thrown away. Everything is expendable. Everything is trash. We're the one-use generation. We're the one-use generation. Use this one time, then toss it. Everything is like tissue paper. Wipe your butt, throw it out. This ain't like when I was growing up. I still got a Tonka truck that belongs to me from my childhood. My daddy ran that Tonka truck over with an old Ford LTD back in about 1978. So the part that used to pick up the gravel, the dump bed is kind of bent to this day and a little bit rusty on the tip. Think I'm lying. I wish my daddy was here to prove it to you. They don't make them like that no more. If you ran over any toy this very day with a bicycle, it's a gunner. My daddy ran over my Tonka truck with a 1978 Ford LTD. It was like a rust color. Back tire too, so he kind of skidded out on that boy. He got out of the car. What the hell is this? Didn't I tell you get your toys out the driveway? Guess what? I wasn't sad. He pulled forward, and when he pulled forward off my Tonka truck, his LTD came off like it jumped off a cliff, like he jumped off the curb. I grabbed my Tonka truck and I said, it's bent. Take that and put that back in the garage. This is the generation where everything is expendable. We use it once and go. We don't purchase things anymore that's supposed to build us up. We don't do it anymore. We don't even speak to one another about things like that. When we speak to one another about things that build up the community and build each other up, it's always one or two brothers in there or sisters that, oh, here we go with this. It's always somebody in there to be like, nobody want to talk about reality, man. That's the part. And I'm not going to talk about social media, but I'm going to talk about this. That's the part that all of us have a problem. There is nothing on this planet, I'm going to be honest with you, from what I know, as far as I can think, there is nothing more valuable on this planet than your faith in the Father, your soul. That's your spirituality. But when it comes to this planet, nothing is more valuable than land. Nothing. Nothing. You want to know why? I'm about to define that for you right now, because I know a lot of people like diamonds is more no, they ain't. Because you got to get the diamonds out of the land. Gold, no, the gold ain't more valuable than land because you got to get the damn gold out of the land. Why you think they so busy trying to take all the pieces from Africa? Because everything, that's the most plentiful spot on the planet, probably in the universe. That's why everybody want their hands dug down in Africa, because it's the most plentiful place on the planet and probably in the universe. You know what they want? They want the land. They don't go talking about something. I want claims. I come over to Africa. I want claims to all the diamonds. They come over here to say, I want all this land because it's riddled with riches. It's riddled with precious jewels, gems, minerals, everything that our foolish selves hold dear. It's riddled with this stuff. You know, when they came over here, I know all of y'all know y'all history. I ain't gonna call out nobody, but I'm gonna say this. When they came over here and a certain people, they was draped in gold. They had gold on their arms, gold on their headdresses, gold on their armor, gold everywhere, gold everywhere. And then people say, where did you get all this gold from? There's this old thing. This is what you talk about? Oh, there's plenty of this stuff everywhere. Don't worry about that. My wife just made you a squirrel skull soup. Now that's banging. They're like, no. Where did you get that? Oh man, it's all this stuff all up in the mountains. My kids up there playing with it. Just go ask some of my kids for it. We're so stupid that we made that more valuable than human life. We destroy human life for rocks, shiny rocks. We literally have destroyed civilizations of people for shiny rocks because that's what we hold dear. That's what we hold value in. But this is how you really should look at it in a humanity way. That gold bullion, that diamond is no more valuable than this pearl shell, this pearl out of an oyster, or this oyster shell necklace. You want to know why it's a brick of gold or a big Titanic diamond is not more valuable than this seashell necklace? I'm going to tell you why. It depends on who holds it valuable. It depends on what you think of this item. You might think your 1985 Chevy Impala is the most precious thing on the planet, and somebody else gonna think it's junk. You're gonna think your 30-inch rims is kicking and hitting, but then the old man pull up next to you is like, boy, he done ruined that car. He done messed that whole car up, put them nasty old rims on. Boy, if you put them normal hubcaps back on there, he'll have something. It depends on who is saying what is worth what. Because in some civilizations, in some cultures, a seashell necklace, royalty. Royalty. A headdress made out of the feathers of a rare bird that only live on the cliffs of some mountaintop, royalty. Priceless headdress. Right? And in some cultures, shiny rocks, gold, diamonds, minerals. It's ridiculous. One thing that's universally more valuable than all of that stuff I just named: land. Land is more valuable than anything that we as people, as humans, find valuable. Gold, diamonds, jewels, land is more valuable than any of that crap. You want to know why? Because everything that we hold valuable that's expendable actually comes from the land, comes from the earth. There is nothing else to say about that. That's a straight mic drop. And for the life of me, everybody and their mama is trying to keep everybody from purchasing the most valuable thing on the planet. Now, everybody like to talk about it, huh? Listen to me. Everybody like to talk about that little rich guy going around buying all the farmland. What you gonna do about it? I keep hearing, yeah, he buying up all the farmland. Yeah, you know he in cahoots with such and such. He gonna turn us all into zombies. Man, what are you going to do about it? That's why you don't hear me talking about that little man buying up all the farmland. All I want to do is I want to get some before he get it all. So I'll work hard on trying to do that. He ain't going to get all of it if we stop buying bullshit and go out and get some of the land before he can get it. All of us have a hustle. Everybody in the chat right now, please raise your hand if you have. I don't want to hear that you don't have any talents. You don't have any hustle bone in your body. I don't want to hear that from you. You selling yourself short if you think that everybody in this chat, is 430 folks in this chat right now, everybody in here has a skill, has a talent. If you don't know how to bounce a basketball, throw a football, all that other stuff, you know what you got? You got personality. You know what? For instance, everybody always sell themselves short as the main hustle. Here on YouTube, everybody is looking for a gimmick. Everybody's looking for a gimmick. And they forgetting that one product that you can offer everybody is yourself. You are the product. Because there's nobody else like you. That's what I keep. Everybody wondering what's the trick about YouTube. Everybody keep wondering, well, how do I move up? How do I move forward? How do I get more people to watch? Stop coming up with the gimmick. You are sometimes your own product. I told this to T-Nog, the New Orleans gardener, a while back. I told her this. Nobody coming to look at your tomatoes. Nobody is coming to look at your watermelons. Nobody is coming to your channel to look at your cucumbers. They coming to your channel to see you. You are your product. Because everybody on YouTube is growing tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuce, brassicas. Everybody. Millions of YouTubers are growing the same stuff. They're not coming to your channel for you. They're coming for you. You are that product. So I don't ever want to hear nobody say, I don't really have nothing to sell. I don't really have. Wait a minute. I need to rewind that for people with dirty minds. I don't mean, okay, you the product like that. I don't want to see nobody at the Blue Flame shaking it up, talk about some land farmer told me use what I got. That ain't what I mean. I don't want to see nobody on Hollywood Boulevard. I ain't got no business being down there, but you understand what I'm saying. I don't want to go be driving down Hollywood Boulevard looking, I don't know, looking for a gas station or something. And see one of y'all talking about some land farmer 73 told me I got talent and I need to be out here to get this money so I can buy me some land. Don't do that. Don't have me in court with that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying we all have a talent, not them talents. But I don't want to hear nobody talk about some Magic Mike. They up on stage, Magic Mike, and talk about some land farmer 73 told me to work my thing. Don't use your one prison phone call and call me, talk about some, can I put some on your books or can I come bail you out because you were down there Magic Mikeing in an illegal dance studio. Brother, don't do it. That ain't what I mean. Don't go Magic Mikeing and don't go Blue Flaming, y'all. You know what I'm talking about. Use what you got. Use your gift of gab. It's so many women with beautiful skin. Use that to show other women how to get that same beautiful skin, that same beautiful hair, your same beautiful nail. RX Nails, she doing nails. Miss T with the T, she's showing clothing lines and stuff that we ain't used to seeing every day. You understand what I'm saying? Use what you got and put that money away. It's every dancer's dream, right? Like, oh, girl, what you doing here? I'm saving for college. Oh, for real? Mm-hmm. What you want to go to school for? To be a nurse. Okay. Put something on your books. Something. I help you out. I help you out on a little tuition. Something. But you know what I'm saying? Use your talents and put that money away. Don't keep balling out. This is a business. You use a little bit of your money that you've earned. You put some away for taxes. You take some and you put that to go towards your business purchases. okay? And then you put your savings away to better your business or better yourself. That's how people move forward. And the funny part is, as a people, we just don't talk about that. We talk about the football game. We talk about the Grammys. We talk about the slap. We don't talk about how to better ourselves. We just like to be messy. We just like to be messy, but we do not like to see one another move forward. We don't like to even, it gets to a point where you try to give somebody some great information on purchasing land, purchasing a home, and they look at you, turn their nose up like, you think you know everything. They don't know nothing. They think they know stuff, man. I ain't listening to that. Next thing you know, you still stuck on stupid, watching these other people ascend. And then you wondering, then your only excuse, yeah, that's because, he be brown nosing with the mother ones, the one folks, and that's how he be getting to be brown nosing. That's why, networking ain't brown nosing. Brown nosing is brainy smurf. Networking is meeting other people on common ground and trying to figure out, man, how did you figure that out? Just like in your study hall at school. You come in the study hall dumb as a rock. You supposed to be, I don't hang with the other dumb kids, man. You only gonna get as far as the people you hang around. You only gonna get as far as the people that you hang around. If you hang around people that ain't got jack, that's what you're going to pretty much end up being. If you hang around people that just talk a lot of crap and stay messy, that you're going to always be in the middle of some mess, and that's what you're going to be. If you hang around people that you don't quite understand and you want to know more of how they got there, they're above you and you're trying to figure out all the angles on how they got to this plateau, they're going to reach back and help you with knowledge and skills, and then networking to the point they're going to help you get there. By the time you reach their plateau, they done moved another level. And you're going to say, how did you get there, brother? Come here. Let me introduce you to somebody. Come here. Come on. Brad, this is Jim. Jim Brad, this is a good friend of mine, man. Look here. He was looking at, that's how this works, son. But we so caught up in everybody else's mess, we don't want to hear the truth about how to move forward and gain. We always subtracting because we keep on investing in false dreams and other people's bullshit that we can't move forward like that. We waste so much time listening to garbage. So I'm here to tell you, my other video was just a question to put on your mind about what is it worth to you? Is your gold ring worth that to you? Is your car in the garage, that vintage old car, worth you? Is it worth it? You the only one enjoying this car. You the only one enjoying that ring. You the only one enjoying that gold watch. You the only one enjoying it. And the rest of your family ain't got nothing. That one heirloom or that one baseball card could change your entire family structure. Instead of you always hate to see your cousin because you know he always begging because he ain't got nothing, or your friend or your cousin or your aunt or your mama, if you gave them something, they wouldn't be asking you for nothing. If you gave them something that they could build on, they don't got to ask you for nothing else. Matter of fact, if you gave one of your family members a plot of land, they'd be too damn embarrassed to come ask you for anything else. And if they did, then you kick them straight in the nuts. You would have the right to kick them square off in the nuts. Because you'd be like, look, I just gave you an acre of land. You ain't coming over here asking me, do I got no sugar for no lemonade? I'd take this whole bucket of soapy water and splash you in the face with it. I will step on that baby toe in them busted cracks you got. I'll step all over that baby toe until I hear that little piggy go wee, wee, wee all the way home. It's getting late and I'm getting sleepy. But family, we got to do better than this. We got to do better than this. It's ways around this system, but we won't listen. It's ways how to navigate through this. This world is just like the ocean out there, man. Even if you know your way from one continent to another, that does not guarantee the weather. Every sailor can tell you that. You know your way, like you know this ocean like the back of your hand to get from one continent to another. But that ain't got nothing to do with the weather. We can teach each other all of this stuff, how to get from point A to point B. But you got to get out there on your own and get the experience so you know how to deal with the weather when it hits you. That's what we're supposed to be doing. But we're too caught up in the garbage to even listen. We need to just be quiet sometime and listen. Sometimes people be like, Led, he don't never come over to my channel. I'll be watching everybody's stuff. But you know what? I'm not the kind of person to come into nobody chat and be like, what we talking about? What we talking about? I'm not that person. Number one, that's rude is all get out. And or if it's supposed to be a joke, it's not funny. It's disruptive and ridiculous. I'm the kind of person that'll sit there and listen to the chat and read the comments and figure out what the heck is we talking about here. You got that, honey? Stir that cabbage for me. I did that just for you. Open that oven up. Open that oven up. Because that's what's going in it. Huh? Girl, don't you know it's true? Ooh, 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 I love you. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. But family, please, I'm going to put that video and that video alone at the end of this video. And I'm going to put GG Natural video on here too. Just so you can go back and piggyback off of both of those videos and try to understand what we both saying. We both homeowners. We both landowners. And we know what we're talking about in the situations that we're dealing with. And I promise you, some of this information that you be getting, you ain't got to go through that headache. Or you will know exactly where to go if you run into these situations. If you end up running into these situations, you will know exactly which way to go. Like I remember GG Natural was going through this. I remember Eco Neighbor was going through this. I remember Lead Farmer 73 was going through this. Oh yeah, they told us to call that one extension, 1-800, help us out. You will know. So you don't have to waste money, time, because your money and your time when you out here either trying to purchase a home or purchase land, it's going to feel like the clock is moving in reverse when you're trying to have something done. Because you know what you need done, but now you got to wait on Tom, Dick, and Harry to make a schedule to come out and do it. And then you got to pray to God that they're even intelligent enough to do it properly. And ain't nothing more scarier than you call this professional company and it's supposed to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars to have this, whatever it is, taken care of. And he come in his own car with a magnet advertisement on the side of his door. He get out, ain't got on no uniform, and he brought his dog and his 5-year-old son. What? Sir, you supposed to be digging a... You couldn't be you must be here. Did I get your mail by accident? Because I know you ain't about to dig my sewer for me. No? Yeah? Bobby, go back there and get that shovel out the back. Move the dog. God dang, move the dog out the way and get the shovel. Go. I don't know where I bring you half the time. He's 5 years old. That's his crewman. It's him, his 5-year-old son, his dog, and a magnet advertisement sticker for his business that's half falling off because he didn't even get the good grade magnet, so it's just flapping in the wind as he coming down your driveway. This dude is about to put your doggone septic tank in. You have to sit there and say, I've been waiting for 30 days, 60 days to have a septic tank put in. And this dude gonna do it. You know, in any other situation, you'd be like, man, never mind. Never mind, bro. I'm gonna call somebody else. But now if you do that, you might have to wait 6 months now. So you know if Gigi and Eco got somebody that they know on speed dial that's quick in a hurry and handle some property situations, boom. I'm calling Eco and Gigi. They know about this. They had this done. They said they got a guy. Leia said he got a guy to do this, that, and other thing. Instead of you ain't no yellow pages no more and everything on Google, you trying to find something to fix your land and get your land in order and get your house in order on Google. You keep seeing ads and surveys to see if you still want to remain. Don't do it. You understand? You can't get no business, no work done because you're too busy answering surveys or not answering them. So I'm just here to help. I'm going to end this video with how many people got questions about anything. I'm taking anything questions for the next 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. No. Hour and a half. No, that's over with. That's over with, I believe. Any questions real quick? I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. I'm sorry, but I had to just jump right in here so I could just get this off my mind. I'm just telling you things that I know. Thank you, Hecky. Thank you for that. Thank you, Jenny, Nicholas, and Remote Control, Ramona, Colleen, Newlywed, Newlywed Trucker. I'm over there on your channel. Keep on pumping them out, sister. I'm watching. Motivation, how you doing? So you are right. Word of mouth is best recommendation. Amen. Especially down here in the South. It ain't nothing like it was when I was back home. How do I acquire land? That's such a vague question, but I'm going to tell you like this. The first thing you should do, I'm going to pull up two places. Realtor.com and Zillow. Start looking online. What do you want out of land? What are you trying to do on your land? You got questions to ask yourself first. What do you want to do on this land? You want to raise livestock, chickens, goats, donkeys, cows, or do you just want a big plot of land so your family can live on? All of that makes you got to ask yourself them questions, answer them, go on realtor.com and Zillow, and then go to them, put that in the criteria search, and they're going to find a bunch of places for you in your city, your state, your county, or other cities, states, and counties all around the world. Or you can send my wife, Lady Led, an email at ladyled73@gmail.com. My wife is a real estate agent as well. So, okay. Okay. Let me get back in. Have you ever thought of selling your produce to farmers markets? No. In this climate that we're in right now, if that's your hustle to get land, then do it. But I'm going to tell you this right now. I have no interest in doing that. I'm trying to store and save every piece of food that I have. Right now, if you have to hustle to get money to do that, then fine. But I'm trying to save my food and store my food because we ain't out of this mess we in yet. 2019 is not over. I don't know why everybody think it is, but no, I wouldn't go sell it to farmers. Not me. Gary said farming quails. Okay, well, I answered that for you. You got to get started. Let me see. Illinois says I missed it. Wait a minute. We have a lot of water on our land. What should we plant? You have a lot of water on our land. I don't know what that means, my friend. I don't know what a lot of water on your land means. Like that could mean a billion different things. And what should you plant? I have no idea what any of that means to answer you. Let me see. Question: what do you think of those online land auction sites? Auction sites online. You mean sight unseen? I guess sometimes you can get lucky. I wouldn't do it. Let me just tell you that the messy homestead of my sister, I'm gonna tell you why I wouldn't do it. If it's sight unseen, like you ain't never seen it, you ain't never been up on it, you ain't never walked the land. Me and my wife personally, and I can speak for her, we would never purchase no land without seeing it. I need to walk on it. I wouldn't do it. I'm gonna tell you why. I was gonna buy a piece of property, and if I didn't have my drone with me or a real estate agent of a wife, I wouldn't have knew it was all raw land, wooded land. I didn't know it was a swamp smack dab in the middle. It was like 12 acres, something like that. But I think about 5 or 6 of that was swamp. If I didn't send my drone up and aim the camera straight down and come down into the woods, I would have never knew. I would have bought a bum steer. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So I wouldn't do it. If you could see the land, that's different. But usually those auction sites don't let you see them. Let me see. I want land to have trailers on. How do I research that? To have trailers on. When you say to have trailers on it, do you mean so you can live in a trailer, or you trying to start a trailer home community? I need to know your question a little bit better. Land that I can legally do it. So yeah, I got to know in detail, what are you talking about? Trailers that you're going to live in, or you're trying to start a trailer park? Let me see. Elvin says, can I mention another guy's channel who is doing just what you're talking about? No, thank you. I mean, for what? No, he got a channel. He pumping it out. You never know. And just in case you're a new YouTuber, you got to understand, when you do that on other people's channel, you don't know. But I may not be friends with that other person. You know, so when you do stuff like that, you kind of start some stank. That's why we don't do that. It's not no hate on it. It's just like we just try to keep the funk down. You know what I'm saying? Let me keep going. Somebody newlywed said, that's right, keep your food. We ain't out of this mess yet. Let me see. What pointers do you have when you look at land? Things to stay away from, things to look for. Oh my God. One of those is preferences. So I can't personally give you my preferences of things that I don't like. It's so much stuff to stay away from. It literally, the list is endless of things to look for. You have to do research. Look online, look on YouTube. There's a lot of YouTube creators that's out there giving great information of things universally you should stay away from. Like I would say right out the bat, stay away from swamps. But if you're buying a swamp for swamp boating, if you want land for swamp boating, recreation, swamp recreation, I may offend you by saying, don't buy no swamp, right? Okay. So it just depends. You got to figure out what you want, and then you start figuring it out. You got to do research. You ain't gonna learn this in just a couple of minutes, okay? And I don't want to do that to you. Let me see if I can get. I'm way behind. Would you recommend buying in part before buying many acres? I'm still saving, but want to get my foot in the door and start homesteading. I would buy in parts, depending on what you're trying to do. I would. The reason I say that is because at least you started with something, and now the surrounding area or the surrounding land around you, you can just slowly purchase piece by piece by piece. If you think about it, that's how a lot of people been doing it over the years. You know, that man on that land passed away. His kids didn't want to have nothing to do with it. You went over to talk to his kids. You want to sell that 10 acres? How much? Okay, let's sell it. Boom, you just acquired 10 extra acres. I actually have a friend here on YouTube. He had a nice plot of land, and then he bought another 5 acres next door to him, an empty lot. Then another lot next to that came open. So I think if my brother, he down in Florida too, he might be sitting on like 25, maybe 30 acres now, just by piecing it all together. So I would, it depends too. Let me keep going. Let me see. Does the State Department of Health have to approve the septic tank installation? It depends on everywhere you go is different. A lot of people, yes, you have to have it approved. So, you know, I'm not going to get into that. Them is legal stuff. So you may want it approved. And it also depends on if you off grid, on grid, you know, all that depends, but I'm not going to touch that one. That's some legal mumbo jumbo I don't want to get into. Let me see. What are some essential good characteristics we should look for in good land? There is, okay, I'm going to just throw a couple at you. I like flat land, but that's a preference. You might like mountainous area. You might like hills, dips, and valleys. One is essential: water. If you don't have water on your land, that's just one more thing that you're going to have to do, whether you have to end up drilling a well, or if having water on your land is a plus and a minus, depending on where the water is, what kind of water it is, and everything. Okay, if you got like a babbling brook or a stream running through your land, a creek or something, that's always a plus, depending on where the land is. But you know there's a source of water when you see a babbling brook, a creek, or a small pond. You know there's a source of water. So if your land has water on it, you already scored major points. Okay. So for me, I like flat land, but I also know people that love hilly, mountainous lands. I know people that don't want to live around nobody. So all of that's preference. And some people want to be in a decent distance of a hospital. You know? Some people don't want to, they want to be away from the city, but they don't want to just get rid of the city. They want to be far enough away from the city where I ain't got to hear all that stuff. I don't got to deal with y'all shootings. I don't got to deal with y'all crime, murders, and garbage. But when I'm in the mood to go have me a pina colada or margarita, I could just drive 10, 15 miles down the road and go have me a drink or go get me a taco or something. You understand? So the characteristics is all about what you're looking for in land. I can't make those characteristics for you, but universally, you may want water on the land. And here's another one. I'm going to tell you one right here, just to give y'all some little insight. If you purchase a piece of land and it already has a mobile home on it, you got to check to see if the person selling the land, when you do your title search, you got to check to see if the person selling the land owns those mobile homes. See, the land might be from the person you buying the land from, but they may have put 2 family members in on that land. That mobile home belonged to Aunt Edna. That mobile home belonged to Uncle Willie. You can't get rid of them. They got to find Aunt Edna and they got to find Uncle Willie to see what they want to do with their mobile homes, because you're about to purchase the land. They have to move those. If they can't move those, you got to jump through a lot of hoops. So just saying, people always want land with a mobile home on it. Make sure that land owner owns the mobile home or the structures on the land as well. Sheds too. If they don't own that stuff, that was old sheds because you had your daughter living over here, your son living over here, your uncle living over here, that's a mess you got to clean up. Okay. I'm going to keep it going because these are some good questions. I'm going to try my best to answer them to the best of my ability. A lot of water on land would be good for a pond and stocked with fish, good water source during a drought. Amen for that, new trucker, newlywed trucker. Amen to that. Yes, it would. And if you got enough land, you could put a pond on your land. That's a good water source for fish too. Food and water source. Dig a pond on your land if you have to. Let me see. So every country is different, whether you can have trailers and mobile homes and tiny homes depend on the regulations of the county unless you intend to be off grid. Yes, that's very true. It depends on where you are and what the regulations and what's the code enforcement of that area. You may buy a nice big 20-acre plot of land, but it is not coded for mobile homes. It might be only foundational structural homes only. So you got to, and if you may get a place where you cannot have goats, pigs, donkeys, and cows and chickens, you got to check into all of that. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I know I'm behind you. I'm catching up. We have large Mandarin Creek on our land. We were trying to find out how to lay it out to plant our crops. You can lay it out, or you can just run a pump down there. I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I would dig a well right at that creek, right? Right off that creek, I would dig a big old well or a small pond. Let that creek run into that pond that you just dug. That means it's going to come into the pond, and then it's going to keep on going and finish out the rest of the creek. Now, just say, for instance, you got 1,000 gallons of always got water. Put a doggone sump pump in that small pond you got. And every time it's time for you to water your garden, you got free natural water to water your garden up there. Just saying. So I wouldn't try to reroute the creek itself. I would build a water source. Let me see. Do you think it's wise to buy land near water source, river, lake, with the risk of flood? Well, you have to do all your research and see what is the flooding in the area. I live on a lake right now. We get flooded, and it may flood all the way up dang near to the house, right? But it depends on how. Is it 1,000-year flood area? Do it flood every 100 years? Do it flood every 10 years? That all counts. And when it does flood, did it make the newspaper? You know what I'm saying? So you got to look into that. Me, depending on where you are, living near water to me is everything. Okay. I got you, Messy Homesteader. Thank you, Johnny J. Let me see. Here's one. Okay. We had several people buy land near me, sight unseen. They were very disappointed when they came out. Bad water, no trees, and lots of wind. I would never. I know people do it, and I know it's a couple of people here that's done it successfully on YouTube. I would never do that. That's a crapshoot. When I tell you, trying to buy land sight unseen is like you on your last dice roll and your mortgage and your deed is in your hand. And if you lose, you're going to lose it all. You can't go back on that. So I wouldn't. Yes, zoning. Thank you, Illinois. Zoning. Yes. I don't know what I said. Say, okay, see, Green Country says, I wouldn't mind having a swamp, but I'm already thinking about prawn farming. See, to me, I would never buy a swamp. Green Country loves swamps. See, that's why I didn't give that advice, because that's a preference. Thank you, E2. Thank you for that. Trying to look for the questions. Let me see. Oh, it's a lot. I'm way behind, huh? Let me see. Okay. Nope. I'm just looking for questions, y'all. So give me a second. Okay, somebody said land with mineral rights a win-win. Makes it's so many different things you got to look into when you buying land. You got to make sure you can own what's under the ground and what's in the air. It should all belong to you, but believe it or not, you may own the land, but you may not own what's 3 feet up under it. If you strike gold, strike oil, if you strike it, it may not belong to you. The land will, but when they bring their drilling machines in there to pump the oil out or digging the gold out, don't belong to you. Believe it or not, that's how it is. You got to make sure you got those rights. Let's see. I saw 8 acres of something called unimproved land. I think that means there is no electric, septic, or I don't know what that means. Can you please, Pluto 2020, can you please Google that for me? Because I would love to know what unimproved land means, because that sounds like wording. I'm not going to speculate, but to me, that sounds like a certified pre-owned car. You know what I'm saying? When I was coming up, it was just, you just bought a damn used car. He was a used car salesman. You about to buy a used car, but they just fancied that up and call it a certified pre-owned car from Vendever's Dodge. So you might want to Google that, okay? I wouldn't ride on that. Let me see. Do I know anybody in Alabama that have a channel? Let me see. Do you know anything about homestead exemption? I hear a lot of people talk about it. It means something different with every different place you go. You got to Google and do the research on the area that you plan on doing the exemptions and stuff for. You may not qualify for a lot of stuff. You may not reach the criteria to get that stuff. You have to look into that, okay? And don't take nobody's word for it. Do your own research and make some calls. Don't try to get all that information from a bunch of YouTubers. Do your own research for your area and for the land that you're looking for, okay? Because what somebody might tell you may be totally different. Land exemptions, homestead exemptions might be different in Louisiana than it is here in South Carolina, than it is in Florida. So, okay, all of that stuff is different. So you may have to do your research on that. Okay, here we go. I like that. Cleveland says we have swampland in, I think, Alabama. However, the trees on the land may have value. We have paid taxes on it for years, over 20 acres. Someone contacted us about building a mall. We aren't sure what to do. I can't help you on that one. But you're right. Some land people just want to purchase. You don't want to live on it. You don't want to farm on it. You don't want to do nothing but grow trees. You can make a fortune just growing Christmas trees. You may not even celebrate Christmas trees, but you can supply the people that do sell the trees to other people. You might have a whole 5 acres that you don't even use, because everybody keep thinking 10 and 20 acres is nothing. Man, you will probably never see every corner of that land every day. I promise you that. You could be having a whole 5 acres over here off in no man's land on your land, just growing Christmas trees. And every year, sell them to the Christmas tree dealer. You could be growing it just so people can farm the grass to feed their livestock. Back to Our Roots Homestead does that. They make good money just basically leasing out part of their land just so the farmers can feed their livestock. Land they ain't even using. You could be making money. That's paying their land taxes. Growing Christmas trees, that's growing their land. That's paying their land taxes and paying their mortgage or paying their light bill. If they ain't in debt, paying their light bill, paying their gas bill, paying their fuel bill and their food. You living 100% for free. You could be growing lemons, oranges, peaches, pears, and sell the fruit. Man, there's so many ways you'll be living for free. That's why everybody says, don't pay the taxes and watch the man take you. That is a cop-out. That's a cop-out statement. Don't pay your land tax. Nothing is free. Of course it's not free. So you don't want to buy land because you got to pay land taxes. That got to be the dumbest statement on the planet. So you rather, well, I'm just going to rent because the man ain't going to own me. Family, wake up. Wake up. You trying to tell me the man ain't going to run you and you don't own nothing. You don't really never own anything, so I'll never buy a house. Now, I've heard this comment literally hundreds of times in the last 60 days. So owning a house is stupid because you really never own anything. So what you're saying is just rent and still not own anything. Just rent and still have to pay taxes. Not owning a home didn't help you at all. Now, owning land and owning a home, you can borrow against that. You can use it for collateral. You can share that with other people. Renting, once the man is sick of you and he wants you out, or he want to up your rent, you out. That's it. That got to be listen, I'm going to be honest with you, family, and I don't like knocking on nobody's door like that, but I mean it, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. That's the most ignorant statement I've ever heard in my life. And every person that says it's stupid to own land or stupid to own a home because you never really own anything, because if you don't pay the taxes, the man gonna take it. That is the stupidest statement, the most ignorant statement on the internet. Because you're right and you're really wrong. You're right. We really, truly don't really own anything. But you mean to tell me, guess what? You know what credit is? You don't own credit. You don't own your credit. But you want credit so you can borrow against it, so you can purchase things. Use your credit to buy something else. Use that to buy something else. It'll pay off your credit in the beginning. Y'all don't know how this game works, son. This is a game. I'm going to break it down to the very last compound for you. Buying land, owning home ownership, purchasing land, and the way the credit system and the banking system and the financial system works in this world as we move to this very day, I'm going to tell you exactly how it's played in just one example. Show of hands, how many people been to the carnival, your state fair, Cedar Point, Six Flags, Disney World, Disneyland, any of that? State fair, carnival, Disneyland, Cedar Point, Six Flags, Magic Mountain. How many people? Show your hand if you've ever been to any of those things. Even a job fair. Not a job fair, but your job had a little family gathering. Your job had a cookout, and they brought in like mules and donkeys and games to play. Okay. This world, land ownership, home ownership is no different than them stupid ass games you play to win that dumb stuffed animal. You will spend $40 just so you can win a 50-cent stuffed elephant for this girl you're trying to impress. I'm done. You think the knowledge I just gave you was stupid, don't you? I'm going to repeat it. The way the world works, land ownership, home ownership, the way the finances in the bank and all this stuff work is no different than you going to the fair, the state fair, the carnival, Magic Mountain, Cedar Point, Disney World. It's no different. It's all a freaking game. And either you going to play the damn game to win the stuffed animal, or you going to stand in the sideline and your girlfriend going to be back here pouting. You just spent $50 on a 50-cent stuffed elephant. You getting lucky tonight. Your girlfriend love you for that stuffed elephant. You could have went to the dollar store and got that same stuffed elephant. You could have got 4 of them for $1. It's not what it's about. It's the game that was played. This whole thing, family, is a game. When you walk up at that booth at the carnival, the little man on the microphone tells you, oh, we got to know when take the ticket. We're going to give you 3 balls. Here's $5. Give me your $5. I'm going to give you 3 balls. You got 3 chances to get that ball into the milk jugs. Everybody's standing around. He's going to get there. I think we got a winner here. He's going to come up and throw the doggone balls into the milk jugs. It's a game. All those commercials and all those fancy things that we see on television is that dude with the microphone making all that damn noise. You can hear him across the park talking to everybody else. You're trying to ride the roller coaster, and you can hear the man over here with the milk jugs and the balls. Those are the commercials and the distractions that we have in this world. The commercials, the shiny stuff, the noise. So you can't concentrate and focus on the game. He does not want you to win that stuffed animal. He wants you to spend another $50 to get that damn 50-cent stuffed animal. So he's trying to distract you. Whoa, that was very good. That was good. You got real close there, buddy. Sometimes you know what I do? I say, hey, man, shut up. Shut up. When he all making all that noise, and I'm trying to get my wife for 30 years, that stupid stuffed animal, because, yeah, just because you've been married for 30 years, that stuffed animal still got the same effect. Okay, it's going to give it another shot. I'll be like, hey, bruh, kill that. Can you kill that? Can you shut up? That's the same in this world. You try to get all the distractions away from you. The distractions of people that just want to be messy, talk junk, talk crap, people that don't want to do nothing productive, people that don't want to move forward, people that have no interest whatsoever in ascending to another level financially or spiritually or any other thing. Get away from them and focus on getting that ball in that milk jug. Same thing out here. It's a game. And if you're not focused, you're going to lose. It's no different. It's literally, listen to me, this game in this world is literally that simple and that stupid. And if you don't think it is, that's where you're making your first mistake. You keep wondering why all these rich people stay rich and the poor people stay poor. Because they focused. Because they know this game is stupid, it's silly, and it's simple. And here's the other thing. As long as I don't got nobody else playing the game with me, I ain't got no competition. Do you understand what I'm saying? The reason why the rich folks stay rich and the poor people stay poor, because they ain't got no competition. We too busy distracted on the roller coaster. We wasting our money and tickets on the roller coaster, and they trying to get that stuffed animal so they can move forward. Same thing in this world, family. It's just a big game. You just don't know how to play it. And when somebody do sit here and try to tell you how to play the damn game, they're ridiculous. You don't want to hear it. Oh, I don't care about that. We want to talk about the fight at the bar last night. I want to talk about the person just bought you heard the new Jordan just came out. I heard the new Apple iPhone just came out. It's the same damn, let me look, spoiler alert. The iPhone 100 that's going to come out in the next 20 years is the same iPhone that it was 20 years ago. It's just going to come in rainbow or something. And they're going to move the cameras from the top to the bottom. They're going to move the volume from the left to the right. The off button, you're going to have to cut that off from putting it behind your head. It's no different. It's the same stupid game. It's the same game. You just don't know how to play. We're distracted. But we keep talking about that little rich man taking up all the farmland. Let me tell you one thing about that little rich man. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm no fan of his whatsoever, but I'm going to tell you one thing that is admirable. He's so focused on owning all that farmland that he's accomplishing it. And all we're doing is talking about what he's doing. We're not trying to cock block him at all. We're not trying to, he coming up for the layup. Ain't nobody under the net. He coming up for the dunk. Forget the layup. He coming up for the dunk. Ain't nobody under the net to block him. To block his shot. We all just acting like sideline people up in the bleachers like, ooh, he going for the dunk. We dumb. Somebody should be on the field trying to block him. Before he buy that land, we should buy it. Before he buy that farm, we should buy it. I'm tired of talking about him buying all the land up. That ain't helping nobody do anything. We so busy talking about stuff, talking about problems, we do not discuss solutions. Thank you, B. Rich. Thank you, brother. Thank you, my brother. We don't talk about solutions at all. We just talk about what we think is happening. Well, I'm going to tell you to stop the little man from buying up all the land, because guess what? If you buy enough land, ain't going to be nowhere for nobody to go. If you think about it. So it's an easy way to stop that from happening. Get in his way and buy the land your damn self. But we're so caught up on conspiracies. Buying land is stupid because you never really own anything. Ain't nobody told that to that. Listen to this. If buying land was stupid, why are all the mega rich people trying to buy all of it? Remember, they'll never own it as long as they got to pay land taxes. And yes, they do. As long as they got to pay land taxes, they'll never own it. So why are they don't want to have nothing to do with anything else. You don't see them coming up with mini malls, any other thing that can make them more money. Think about this. If you had $100 million, you could do anything. You can invest that money in anything that's going to double or quadruple your money. Why on the planet Earth would you be worried about some poor little farmer's land? Why is purchasing this poor little farmer's land more of a business venture than going to start a whole new look? You know who owns this, right? Okay. Come up with your own damn cell phone company to rival this one. Right? You got the money, you got the resources, you got the knowledge. You know what this one is made of. You know you can make it better. You know people is getting sick of this. People are looking for something better. It would be easy if I was a multimillionaire to rival this major cell phone and computer company, because all you got to do is do one step better than theirs. Why wouldn't this multimillionaire, the super rich, these super mogul millionaires, why instead of them doing stuff like that to make money, they off buying little poor farmers' farmland? You mean to tell me it's even more important than making more money? Now, these mega millionaires, that's all they live is money. You mean to tell me buying dirt is more important than making hundreds and billions of more dollars? Why? That's because they know how important it is. They know. They like, man, that one little dude, that rich dude, he like, man, I'm done making computers. That's enough of that bullshit. Go over there and talk to Pedro now, because they don't look like you. They ain't planting no crops this year. They ain't planting crops in the last 3 years. Go see what he want to sell that for. Give Pedro top billing for his land. Give him top dollar for that farmland. Pedro, he's so broke right now, and his crops are so jacked up. Pedro, he don't want $2 million for his farm. No, man, give me $500,000 so I can just get out of debt. Deal. Stupid. Deal. He just bought that little farmer's land, $500,000. That's his lunch money. He bought that land for $500,000 from a broke farmer that ain't have no other choices because his farm was about to be bankrupt and foreclosed on anyway. Pennies in a bucket. Bought that instantly. As instantly as he purchased that farmland, it's worth $40 million. We could be doing the same thing. Number one, instead of giving Pedro the farmer $500,000, let's give Pedro that $1 million. So at least he can get out of debt and have some money to recoup his life or something. But that land will still be worth all that money to us. So Pedro come out winning, we come out winning. We ain't busy talking about how to do that. We so busy talking about we counting and calculating. Oh, he done bought another two farms. Ooh, look what he doing now. We just like to talk, man. We just love to hear that bullshit, that talkity talk. We ain't in no position. We do not want to make no move to do what's right. And I'm gonna tell you this too. This is a true story. I don't know whether it's bots, robots, or it's just undercovers. Who in their right mind would tell you not to buy no land? I'm going to tell you the truth. Because we always keep hearing this back and forth stuff and these so-called conspiracies by some people. I'm here to tell you something I always say. Everybody on this internet ain't your friend. Everybody that's spilling information in these so-called conspiracies, they start that stuff to throw your ass off. And you say, ooh, that sound good. That's what the devil do too, don't it? That's what the devil do too. But we so caught up in the garbage that we just listen to anything. We don't do no research. We listen and we act. We don't listen, research, then act. We listen and act. So anything sound good to you, you go with it. Only a demon would tell you purchasing land is stupid. Only a person that's trying to keep you stupid, stuck on stupid, as my dad used to say. Only a person wants you to stay stuck on stupid. It's going to be the only person to tell you buying land is stupid. The same people that's telling you buying land is stupid are watching the same multi-billionaires and moguls that we are both watching purchase all the land. It's so important to them, they're doing it. But it's stupid though, right? Those same people gonna go right back and talk. He buying up all the land. Look, he can't do that. He buying up all the land. Oh, it's smart now. All of a sudden, it's smart. See, we ain't paying no attention to nothing to make no dang gum sense. The same people that's talking about the little rich man buying up all the farmland is smart for him. It's bad for us. But then when me and you say it, because me and you just average old paycheck to paycheck people, it's dumb for us to buy land though. I'm telling you, those are plants, those are robots, and those are ringers that don't want us to do this stuff. Them ain't real people, man. Them ain't real people. Those is other companies that come on people's lives and people comment section like mine to spread the word to other unknowing people that don't know the truth. Everybody keep thinking every person that puts a comment on these channels and on these platforms, you think those is real people, or you think those are just good people with an opinion. No, some of them people are sent here to make sure that you do not do the right thing. That's what I keep telling people. People always want to give me their address, email address, and all this stuff. And I'll be like, don't put that in my chat. Because you will have some lunatic knocking on your front door, wherever you live. Everybody that's in this chat, even right now, don't like me. They ain't our friends, and that's fine. They got the option to watch us. But everybody ain't your pal, so you got to watch what you say and watch what you do. Right? So, everybody that tells me, imagine this. I'm going to break it down one more time for you, then we're going to leave. Imagine this. What has destroyed more men? When I say men, I mean humankind, human beings. What has destroyed more men than anything on this earth? What has destroyed mankind more than anything on this earth? Land. Land. I know somebody gonna say religion. Nope. Land. Because if you own the land and you the king, you the emperor, you can make whatever religion you want in your own little village. It's not even religion. It's land. Billions upon billions of people have been murdered, destroyed, displaced, all for the sake of land. If land ownership is so stupid, why is that everybody's key goal on the planet for thousands of years? There have been wars amongst mankind for hundreds, if not thousands of years, all for land. You know why? Because he got a piece up there on the hill where all the berries grow, all the strawberries. I'm going back in ancient time. We want that land because we hungry down here at the bottom of the hill. If we acquire that land up there where all the berries is, because where the berries are, that's where the goats be. They got goat meat and berries. Here's the thing. All the water is at the bottom of the hill. So all your ass got is water, but you ain't got no food. What you don't realize is it's the same struggle at the top of that hill. They looking down the hill. They want to take your land because they got goat meat. They got berries. They got all kind of good food growing up on the side of that mountain. They ain't got no damn water because all the water, the rains that come out the clouds in the mountains, run straight down at the bottom of the damn mountain. So they go to war for each other's land like fools. Instead of the two emperors or the two kings or the two leaders coming together and do a trade, man, give us some of that goat meat. Let us get some of them berries. Man, you can have all the water you want. Matter of fact, please come get this water because we be flooding out every time it rains. We'll set up some kind of pump, an aqueduct system to run this water up to you. Just throw us down a couple of them goats, bro. But we rather fight each other and steal and pillage and murder for something that really, truly don't belong to any of us. Again, from the beginning of this video, the reason we steal, rob, kill, and pillage for land is because we have self-proclaimed ourselves as gods. We took ourselves out of the whole circle of life. We took ourselves and put ourselves at the top of the food chain. I don't know how the hell we keep thinking that's the truth. We put ourselves at the top of the food chain and we have proclaimed ourselves as gods. We forgot about being stewards of the earth, overseers of the earth, overseers of this creation. We forgot about that part. That wasn't important enough. That wasn't a special enough position. We want to be gods. So look where that has got us. until the end of our humanity, the end of humanity and our demise, we're going to be fighting for land. You know what it remind me of? It remind me of gang members fighting over turf, land that don't even belong to you. This our corner. No, this our corner now. And I want to say so much sometimes, like, excuse me, gentlemen. Fifth Third Bank owns this corner. I don't know what business either one of y'all want over here, but neither one of y'all own this. I do my business over here, man. We do our business now. Yeah. Still stupid. Still don't belong to you. This belonged to that bank on this corner. And the other corner belonged to that Quickie Mart right there. You don't own this. You don't own anything. Fighting over stuff that don't belong to you. That's us in this world, fighting over land. Look at the wars that go on now. They fighting over land. I'm not going to mention them. They're fighting. Millions of people have been killed. If not, I ain't going to say millions. Thousands of people have been killed for land ownership in that war that's happening right now. That's the bottom line. Don't matter what side you want to play for, root for. It's all about land ownership. We want that land. You can't have it. Well, we coming to get it. I declare war. We fools, man. We fools. And we so ridiculous. We won't even take 2 seconds to realize who's trying to keep you down. You know what? I'm going to say this. The people that keep saying land ownership and buying land is stupid, I'm going to give you something that's a little bit more relatable, just in case you haven't got the message yet. And then I'm going to leave. I mean it. The people that pop up in my chats and pop up in my comment section and pop up on my lives and say owning land is stupid because you still got to pay land taxes. So land ownership is stupid. Home ownership is stupid. You know who them people remind me of? Them people remind me of your homeboy. They're like your girlfriend or your girlfriend. Raise your hand if you've seen this before. Raise your hand even if it doesn't happen to you. Your girl like, oh, don't mess with him. Oh, he be stinking. He be dirty. Girl, I thought you knew better than that, right? What your homeboy say? Dude, you want her? You want her? I don't know, bro. What? What's wrong? What's wrong with her? I don't know, bro. You know, she get around, you know. She been all up in all the homies. For real? Yeah, man, I wouldn't do the. Well, I'm gonna just go on a date with her, man. Don't go with her. Don't let nobody see you with her. You will listen to your stupid homeboy. He done talked you out of getting probably with your future wife. And you know what you will end up seeing? Oh, we supposed to go to the movies Friday. You keep calling your homeboy. Hey, where you at? Oh, yeah. Man, let me hit you back. He at the movies with your girl. The girl that you wanted to holler at. The same girl that he told you she a hoe. Stay away from her. You don't want that. I believe she got some diseases. Stay away from that one right there. You're going to walk back limping. You're going to walk back with a nub if you mess around with that. Next thing you know, your homeboy, man, like, dude, oh man, I thought that was somebody else though. You know, I thought that was somebody else. You know, we start chopping it up. Next thing you know, I no hard feelings though, right? Right? We cool. It, you know, just a chick, bro. Just a chick. Your girlfriend will say the same thing, girl. What you want him for? Ugh. I done heard all he do is sleep with chicks and keep on pushing. Ugh, I wouldn't. He ain't got nothing. He ain't got no house. He ain't got no car. Ugh. Next thing you know, you trying to call your girlfriend like, girl, I thought we were supposed to meet up at the mall. Yeah. Let me call you back. Let me call you back, man. Huh? Girl, why you so quiet? I was asleep. I was asleep. All right, I'll call you back. You hang up the phone. The hell is wrong with her? She was tripping. Next thing you know, your girlfriend hooked up with the same dude that you was telling her that you liked. Them is the same people. If you don't understand that now, if you ain't never been in that situation, that's nothing else I can tell you now. Them is the same people telling you, man, don't buy no land. That's stupid. That's dumb. I wouldn't buy that piece of land. It's some swamp land over there. Man, only dumb people buy land. You better buy you a Cadillac. That's stupid. Then what? That same piece of land that you was trying to buy and he talked you out of it. He said, bro, roll with me. I want to show you something. Huh? Roll with me real quick, man. I want to show you something real quick. Man, it's going to kill you. He going to drive your ass to the land that you was telling him about. It's no different, man. You're going to always have folks on the porch. You're going to always have folks in the field. Them folks on the porch do not want to see the folks on the field get nowhere close to that house. Did you hear what I said? Them folks on that porch don't want the folks in the field to get nowhere close to that house. And they'll do anything to be the only person on that porch. That's as far as I'm saying that. You're going to always have somebody trying to talk you down from success. You're going to always have somebody that's trying to switch your mind into a gear of foolishness because they don't want no competition with the master. They like eating the lemon rind after the master is done drinking his lemonade. They don't want to have no competition with somebody else getting that lemon rind. So he always going to tell you lies. So you end up tripping over your own feet to stay in that field. Don't listen to that. Because you seeing all the people that's successful or working on success, you can see their success. You can smell it. You can taste it just by looking through one of these doggone computer screens. You see the ascending of their lives, slow but sure. And then you keep wondering, how is they pulling off all of these moves? Because they're not listening to the dude on the porch. They trying to make moves and keeping. I'm not telling him none of our secrets on how we going to get out of here. I'm not telling the dude on the porch none of our plans on what we going to do this coming Friday night. We all out of here. Don't tell him nothing. Thank you for that, Gemini. And Mr. Laid off topic, but can you remind me of the thing you use to download your pics and phone? If you could email me at landfarmer73@yahoo.com, because I don't got it right here in front of me, and I don't want to give you no wrong number or no wrong item number for that. Okay, can you email me that, landfarmer73? You can email me right now. So do it now so it won't get lost. But thank you for that so much. All right. I appreciate you. But y'all, I'm going to get out of here because I think it's really nothing else I need to say. Gigi's Natural said it earlier. I said it a little earlier than that. And if you don't quite understand the importance of home and land ownership by now, nobody's going to be able to convince you. You're just going to always be in a pickle wondering why the hell can't you move forward? How is everybody making all these financial moves? You know what? I'm going to say this. Here I go again. I had somebody ask me years ago. They was counting my money, right? Counting my pocket. How you making all them moves? I thought you was just a mailman. How much mailmans make? What you doing? What else you doing? See, that let me know you can see the success moving forward. The post office ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm playing this system, playing this game like it's supposed to be played. The post office, you don't make that much money. That's from the 70s and the 80s. You don't make that kind of money no more at no post office. So those people always, they just bought this and that and other thing. Oh, they done mess around and bought that. How the hell did they get that? I'm talking about here on this platform. They done went around and went and bought. How the hell did they end up with that? You know how much them things cost? Gigi, I know they be counting your pocket, right? You know how much them cost? Ain't nobody don't got no money with no RV. How the hell they get an RV? They so busy counting your pocket with things that they see that you purchasing. They think that you going broke trying to buy it. They don't even realize that your land is buying all of this for you. If you use your land properly, your land is acquiring all of these things for you. If your land and your home just has appreciated over the last 5 years, and listen to me close, if your land and your home has appreciated, let's just say in the last 5 years, all of a sudden the interest rates go from, let's say 8% or 6% down to 2% interest rate. What do? Remember, your land has went up in value. Interest rates have went down. So what would you do in 5 years? You need extra money to fix the kitchen? Refinance. That was equity that was in your house. Your house and your land just paid you to have your kitchen remodeled. No money came out of your pocket. Now you got a lower mortgage. Now you basically had to start over. I wouldn't keep refinancing forever. But now you got a lower interest rate. Your mortgage payment is lower. And you got a brand new kitchen that just even added more value to your home and your land. It's a game. It's a game. And nobody's playing it. You keep using what you have. What's the saying? You make your money make you money. Your money should be making you money. Your investments should be making you money. If your money is not making you money and working for you, I can say that better. If your money is not working for you and making more money, or your investments aren't making you more money and moving you forward, you just made a bad investment, and your money, you got to invest that in something else. Because now you bleeding money. It's no different. It's no other better way to say that. Everything that you purchase, you should be thinking, how is this purchase going to pay me back? How is this investment going to give me money? And I'm good at that when it comes to firearms, because I know if I purchase this one, that's a new one, that's off the shelf. Man, I don't know what that's going to do in the future. But this one is tried and true and been war tested, military tested. This one will never depreciate. I'll go with that one. It's not the prettiest, but it's the most dependable, most reliable. All the militaries around the world has used it. All the police forces around the world has used it. I'm going with that one. It'll never depreciate. It's not the prettiest. It's not the fanciest. It's not. But it's value. I know if I ever get in a pinch and I sell one of those, I got that much money. I'm not losing any money on my investment. That's how this whole game is played. I know I joke around and I kid a lot. I do. I know. Because I love life. I love having fun through my life. But at the same time, I ain't no joke when it comes to this game. I'm a pat myself on the back with that. On the real, I ain't no joke when it comes to this game. This is just a big game, and it took me a long time to learn how to play it. I lost a lot of money not playing the game, making bad investments, not making my money work for me. After a while, it's like when Neo woke up. That's how I feel. When Neo woke up and could see the Matrix, y'all remember that? When Neo saw the Matrix, like, now he fighting Agent Smith like this, right? Agent Smith fighting with all his might. And Neo just like this. Because he could see what Agent Smith is about to do. What move is he about to do an hour before he thought to do it? So Neo is just playing with him and boom, punch him in the chest. That's what this game is. Once you can see through the matrix of this game, like Neo did, you can see the sucker punches coming from a mile away. You do the whole Neo being back, right? Once you see how this dumbass game is played and how these rich folks stay rich and how we stay poor, once you start to figure that out, you become like Neo. You start playing the same game. It's no different. That movie was more than a movie. I don't think they were supposed to release that movie because that movie gave up a lot of secrets of reality, what we live in right now. I know it's a cliche and people tired of hearing we in the Matrix. We really is, though. For real, for real. We really, really, truly are. And if you don't wake your butt up and start realizing none of this is real. What did he say, right? This is all put here to distract you from your goofy ass being in that bubble of juice down in there. You feeding the Matrix. All you are doing, your only existence and purpose on the planet is to feed the Matrix. Feed this machine. You're not put here to be part of this system no more. You're put here to feed the machine. That's why you ain't moving forward. Look at Neo. He thought all he had was a little desk job in some crummy office. He ended up being Neo. That's all of us. Once you wake up and start realizing this is all a game, and it's just, we just put here with all these distractions to keep thinking we can't move forward. But once you start seeing how this game is played, you start to, okay. I get it. Then you put a little bit of that game. You put a little bit of that game to work. Thank you, Queen BG. Thank you for that. Once you just try a little bit of that game, you put a little taste on your tongue, you savor that game. You don't eat that game. It's a fine cuisine. You don't eat that game right there when somebody give it to you like that. You set that game on your tongue. You let that melt in the roof of your mouth and let the flavors of that game wrap all around your taste buds and trigger all your sensories in your brain. That's the kind of game that folks are spitting and you ain't paying it no mind. You don't just gobble that game up. No, you savor that game. This good game, the people kicking to you, you savor that. That's priceless what you just got. And people so busy thinking this is just social media talk that I'm doing right now. It's not. I'm just spitting mad game that you're supposed to put on your tongue. Like one of them little hors d'oeuvres in them fancy places that most of us can't afford to go. You don't just grab a handful of them crackers and them little fish eggs and just be throwing them up like Eminem. No. You don't go to no fancy establishment and the dude come around with the tray and you grab a handful of crackers and them cheeses and stuff. No, you grab 2 wines because this is for now. Put that, take it, and this is, I'm gonna just walk around with this. You don't do that. You take that game, swish it around, breathe in so that oxygen can mix with the flavor of that game. With a light Chianti. True story, family. We need to cut it out. Stop listening to people that's trying to steer you into a stupid ass direction. Do this. You know what I do? You do this to yourself. The same people that tell you land ownership and home ownership is stupid, ask them, how do they know? I don't want to hear because my cousin had, my brother had. What land or what home have you owned to know and understand that it's stupid? And then explain me why you think it's stupid. Absolutely nobody on no video that I've put out so far has explained why it's stupid from their own personal perspective of doing it. The only thing I hear is what my cousin had told me was, what my friend did was. You going off of knowledge from your stupid ass friend. What I tell you about them friends? He gonna be sleeping with your old lady. That's how dumb you is listening to him. You ain't never owned nothing because your friend told you not to own nothing. Same friends that tell you, man, you shouldn't go off to college, man. You should stay in the hood with us because we got this singing group, right? And what we, Boogie gonna be rapping, right? Boogie, you still rapping, right? Boogie gonna be rapping, and me and Jay, we gonna be doing a duet, and then you got the drums, right? You know how to play the drums. All in all, you might be the only one in this whole group with any talent, but they done came up with a whole singing group wrapped around your drumming talent. They done told you not to go to college, not to further your education, higher your learning. So they got some pipe dream and you the battery of the whole operation. If you ain't smart enough to see through that garbage, man, you deserve to stay in that old hometown with these bums that has no aspiration to do anything but feed off of you. Y'all know we all done have friends. Some of this stuff, and I be joking, but I be serious. We all got friends and family like that. Man, you leaving? What for? You know how many times when I moved to South Carolina, you know how many times my friends, family, work, co-workers, what you leaving for? Why ain't I gone yet is how I answered a lot of it. Why am I still here is how I answered a lot of it. Them is people that want to keep you miserable because they miserable. Them is folks that want to keep you broke because they broke. Them is folks that want to keep you in the mess because they stay in some mess. They want you in jail in a cell next to them, man. They ain't gonna be happy unless you in the cell next to them and y'all throwing damn notes from cell to cell. Back and forth. Remember that time me and you was on that double date? Man, shut up. We ain't here for 15 years because of your ass. I don't want to talk about the good old times. I could still be having the good old times if I got away from you. You seen Life, the movie. Sometimes, family, no matter whether you love them, you like them, whatever, sometimes, man, you got to step out on faith and go do your own thing, man. You got to go do your own thing. You only as good as the folks you around. You around folks that ain't doing nothing, man, you ain't going to do nothing. Because nobody is putting no ideas in your head. The only ideas that folks is putting in your head when other folks ain't doing nothing, hey, this is my true story. This is my true story. And you know it's only one dude to be in 7-Eleven after 11 o'clock. Them the kind of stupid ass ideas come from folks like that. I ain't got to go no further than that. Them is the dumbass ideas. And you know, every day at 9 o'clock, old girl work third shift. She ain't got no old man, right? So what? What you trying to holler at? Nah, son. Ain't nobody in the house after 9 o'clock. You know, if you stand, you can see her push the code numbers. It's 1, 2, 4, 6, bruh. We could just hit the alarm, go in. You know, she always wearing rocking some nice jewelry. In and out, man. Quick money, quick payday. Them is the stupid junks you hear. Them is conversations that I've been in. Like, man, what? Didn't you? Ain't your cousin engaged to her? Yeah, but I just kind of figured, we might as well get her before they get married, because then once you marry my cousin, we can't do this, Y'all, some of y'all might think I'm just hood for some of this stuff I'm saying, but 90% of y'all have had these conversations with some of y'all friends and family. They're trying to talk you into getting in some stupid ass situations, because these are the people that you hang around. People with the only idea is a fast track to get to prison. You ain't hanging around nobody that want to help you do better, man. We always talking to people about the come up. I hate the word come up. Man, I got to come up. Well, I could put it like this. I know my friends that I used to have, some of them, the word come up meant something completely different. Hitting a lick and come up, when I heard them words, man, I'm about to go home. I'm on my way to the house, man. Hey, I'm about to go hit this lick. Because that could mean anything where I'm from. That could mean we about to go to the store and go grab this new starter jacket before they run out, because it's still, or that could mean we just may have a high probability rate of becoming cellmates tonight. I take them words out of my whole vocabulary, son. No. Man, we about to go hit this come up. You down? You rolling? Oh my God. Because once I got smart, I was quick to say no. Man, you don't never want to do nothing. I know. I'm just boring like that, I guess. I done my share, and I done enough where you get in enough trouble. Man, you rolling? Man, you the only one with a car. That's why I'm not going. Well, let us use your car. Hell no. What? You want to go hit a lick in my car? Man, go on, man. Go on with that foolishness, man. And then you hang around people that won't take no for an answer and will go steal a car to hit a lick. Or go steal a little kid across the street bicycles. Y'all trying to hit a lick and do drive-bys on BMX dirt bikes. You hanging with people. One dude got the gun, the other dude got the bullets. Y'all so stupid. You so stupid. You ain't even smart enough. Why do he got Reggie? Why do you got a whole box of hollow points and no gun? What you doing with a gun? Your daddy is a minister. Oh, cause it's his gun. Oh, you rolling? Hell no. He got the gun, you got the bullets, and this dumbass got the plan. Man, I'm going in the house. No, thank you. Shit. I can go in the house, cut on cable in the air conditioning, and watch Scared Straight on Lifetime channel. I don't have to actually experience that. So I'm good. I'm good. Right? I just wasn't interested after a while, man. Once you get in so much trouble, man. So I don't hang with people to tell me that you can't. And if I hear a person tell me I can't do something, I'm the kind of mug that's I'm going to do it because you told me I can't. Whether I succeed or not, it just pisses me off that you were so quick to tell me what I can't do. I'm going to try with all my might to prove you wrong. That's the kind of person I am. I mean it. I just seen it. Drop me off at the house. The house type conversation, man. Right. Drop me off at the house where we talking about how to get on land. I don't want to talk about, man, there's only one dude working at 7-Eleven. He always sleep. And he don't never lock the door. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm sorry I had y'all so long. GG Natural, thank you, my sister, for coming in. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in. Thank you for all my moderators. Thank you for all of the people that gave up the super chats. I appreciate you. It only moves forward to help us all. Thank you so much. I hope you even learned just an iota of anything today. This is all a game. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. It was all a dream. This is all a joke. It's all a game. Everybody, have a wonderful night. Stop listening to people that tell you what the hell you can't do, and they haven't accomplished anything. They haven't accomplished nothing, and they quick to tell you what you can't do. It's a lot of them in this world, man. It's a lot of them people from the Matrix. Remember the dude on the Matrix eating that steak and that baked potato? What did he say? Somebody say it to me. While he was eating that steak and that baked potato. Put me back in the freaking Matrix. I don't want to know nothing. Erase my brain, put me back in the machine. I don't want to know nothing. And I'll give you Neo. Oh, this steak is so good. This potato is so good. Oh my God, I haven't had a freaking potato in so long. I've been down there in that wet old submarine. Put me back in the Matrix. Them is the people that you listening to that's going to give you up and try to make you falter. Them is the people that's telling you land ownership and home ownership is stupid. All the while, the millionaires and billionaires is buying up all the land. Is it stupid for them too? I'm done. I'm dropping the mic on that one right there. Laird Farmer 73. I love all of y'all. Please be careful. Pay attention to who's around you, because you got a lot of people in here do not want to see you move forward. I love you, and I'm out. Oh, that's here on this YouTube stuff too. Watch out. Watch tail feather. Folks in here do not want you to move forward. I love you, and I'm out.